Okay, if I were to do an injection, I would check the doctor's orders, and then I would come into the room and provide privacy, make sure there's good lighting, and ID the patient, check their ID band, and ask them their name and their birthday. Introduce myself. My name's Hannah, and I'm a Cedarville nursing student. And wash my hands, make sure the bed break is on, and raise their bed up if I need to. And then I'm going to put gloves on. They're sticky now. The first injection I'm going to do is intradermal, and for that I need a needle that has a gauge of 26 to 27, and the length is 1/4 to 1/2, and you wouldn't put any more than 0.1 mils in here. And I'm going to go in at an angle of 5 to 15. So I would clean the site with alcohol and then let it dry, and then I would stretch the skin, make sure the bevel's up, insert it, inject it, pull it out, put it in the sharps. And then this one you don't want to put a band-aid on it, but you can give them like cotton or something. And then for sub-Q, you want to have a needle that has the gauge, and let me say the sides of the intradermal. That's inner forearm and upper back. And then for sub-Q, you have a needle that's 25 to 27, and the length is 3/8 to 5/8, and you wouldn't want any more than 1 mil in it. And the sides are the upper arm, the abdomen, the anterior thigh, and subscapular. So I'm going to pinch this, or I would clean it with alcohol, pinch the skin. If you can pinch 1 inch, it would be 45, and you can pinch 2 inches, it's 90. So I'm going to say it's 2 inches. So I pull up, pinch, stab, and you don't aspirate on this or intradermal. And put it in the sharps. And now for an IM, for the first one is deltoid, and that's 2 fingers down from the acromion process, and you want a needle that is 21 to 23 gauge, and then 1 to 1.5 inches, and you wouldn't put more than 1 mil in this either. So I would clean it, let it dry, and this is 90 degrees too, so I would stretch the skin, stab it, you don't aspirate, inject it, and put it in the sharps. And then you have 2 other IMs. You have ventral gluteal, and it's 21 to 23 gauge and 1.5 to 2 inches long. And the site for this, you find the greater trochanter, and then you put your hand on, and you want your thumb facing the front and your finger towards the ASIS, and then you find a landmark, and it would be right in between your 2 first fingers. And then you don't want more than 3 mils for this. So I would pull it up, clean it with alcohol, let it dry. It's a 90-degree angle. On these you do aspirate, inject it, pull it out, and put it in sharps. And then the last one is vastus lateralis, and this is the same. It's 21 to 23 gauge, and it's 1.5 to 2 inches long, 90-degree angle. You do aspirate. The only thing that's different is the site, and so you find the greater trochanter and put your hand there, and then your other hand above the knee, and then it's on the side, so you find a landmark, and then it's also no more than 3 mils, and so you would pull it up, clean the site with alcohol, let it dry, stretch the skin, stab, aspirate, inject, and put it in the sharps. And then I would clean up my site, take my gloves off, wash my hands, and ask the patient if they needed anything else, and that's all.